Odobaku Hakumam inu Yasinina Ridiu adansia Nanenya mi Akaya bomu enete I am in the world forever.
Yeah, Mama Akwaba, Ever Paint TV. You may have to need my warrior. Said your Dutch. You be a warrior who I dance here actually Christo. Yeah, shall see a rehearsal. Now you do heaven. It's me, I can ye. And then you mean I adore ye walk PIWC or Doko, the Church of Pentecost. PIWC. Ewo odoko, aha na ewo. Aha na omeyi owura bi ne na yere a omo kire se ye ka example a na kire se ye betimi enya bi wo omumu. Esua eniama bebre efi omawawi. Mebunu ewo ha dos pa. Enti yafa omo a omawawi edi 5 years. Na ye nam so Ede esia niama bebre enti ye bebusebusa wo nsem akoma ware ni ma papa ware ni ma hwehwem nsem ahwe se ampa eso Kristo ni ana ye koje enkrato aba ye nche enti enko ba bia twen ye basisi a owura bi ne na yere ete ha ye be koma ware mi din de Gina enko ba bia ye basisi a
Your #1 television marketing program hits your screens again. Telemarket gives you the opportunity to market your product and services. Producers, sellers, and service providers who want their products or services exhibited on this program should contact the marketing department on 050-685-2339 or 0266-607077.
Yes, I'm our crowd. Pen TV so and I will share me ding guso de Gina and society. Ye will PIWC or Doko, the Church of Pentecost. Neno Orani Orayere Adzima. Ye ni abema Godwin. Nere Leonie. 5 years. Okay. I shall see if him fan. Alright. And he found a wound array the first time. Can you see a train?
Yeah, somewhere, Mama Yapunya said, you know, Bekasa, if about our marriage.
Okay.
I started 2010.
Okay.
Now, baby, our first meeting. Now, my name is Papa Munit, but I do baby, so I want to be alone, to be more responsible. And the Eban said, be quarantined down baby for. And so occasionally me ko ejuma na me hu obaria we na on na to kofaka until one day me stop here and I say, oh, madam, where are you going? I say, oh, condition but in the office or agbobroshi or ejuma with a financial institution. It's okay, do you mind 7 miles left now? And with the perception say Oma Oba lifter, it says open we binti. And to me so me minim stiff sa na me drive here. You do condition na me show indicator. But I no see it. Me say bye bye. The following day.
Na edinti na Oma na lifting.
Oh, 190 me say oh, me ya do ye.
Na kwan na hu so na kwan.
Me ta if say na make her first no ya me tell hu no but on 90 say oh, be say me ya do ye.
Ena me say ma na nkwan say nyo no nkwan
enyo no nkwan
na de no nkwan na o ma na left
and there mean to me reporting I didn't tell my man but it happened that my man was left and it happened occasionally and then at a point my son said oh so that I can give you the lift every time but your number then and I my number
I see.
And he said, my friend said, please, are you ready? Na enti sisi ano me fa no kwan bi o ni gate ano na me fa no. Enti kaka we became very friends. I mean very good friends. Okay. Because Rano. And coincidentally, she also not staying with the parents, not in the sister Binete, so that, I mean, because of proximity to work and so on. So we visited each other, got to know the family, we became friends. And that happened. And then, I don't know whether you want me to talk about Sena.
Leonie, now who got na break came on now who's I didn't lift him, your fan of Passa.
Me who so say ono so echi mu
uta hu so no
patwan me te me
kai sport no
patwan na me kai say maybe me te church mu me do connection no na wa ba be wa park ama obi esi efika ni enti na me ka che me ho say abranti I actually know say or bambo na so be man na etika but na me kan say in fact near Okankai needs more than power because whoever was driving, no, the panel be fat maintain say, it's a catch and say, it's more than power now. Say who say be, say what say, who want to be business so, oh, call her crown and mamma may left and Nancy be busy. Ain't he? Now, main child, all saying, no, no. Obisa say me call him.
No one says anything when you're dancer.
And because I had actually seen say also be a condition in me so me can so me call condition.
Okay.
Banka me car me foul condition na Matthias akwa vibration. Okay. Na it's really be in the same trying.
Okay. And see at what point Enna we are what we say ere ya me man in lifty. I feel kai mama na trim forever.
Thank you. Before me, no. To be frank, now I've gone out with one or two ladies there. But there was something about her that struck me. Was and now for no.
Good.
The simplicity, the respect, you know, and the God-fearing aspect. It's a open Bible, and anytime we meet, it's more of discussing the word of God in Yama. I thought I know this is. Yeah. And then I can say a bayada for.
Okay.
And I think one or two occasions, my call English assembly, our condition, I bubuashi, our lady worship any praises.
I'm
a Presbyterian by birth.
Okay.
And it came to a point, we saw differences and the level of understanding. And
I just don't know invite to call.
Patron invited me.
I'm sorry.
Patron.
Hey, sister.
And Ebana said it was in May, June. Okay. We have okay, so it's not sister baby final year or Legon. So because Okosane in a younger sister, so so we went. And it keep dawning on me, say, young man, this is a time to propose.
Say something.
My sister banner. Me say, Leonie, do you mind? I want us to pass by plus 233. Just will do all.
Okay, plus 233.
I will rage honor. Until that day, I've learned that you don't need too much in life. The little things count.
Yeah.
I think that day we bought a bottle of Coke each.
Okay.
And then whilst the song was going on, I gathered courage and I knelt down a bit.
Okay. Rehearsal be away with fear and sound.
No, my rehearsal, to be very frank, my rehearsal. It dawned on me. See, those moments are special for women, and I wanted it to be that and give her her due. And I thought, say, it's a good way, not that, but it's if you over a phone and propose to a lady when it's marriage. Marriage is a serious thing.
Okay.
And I had decided at that time, say, no, I'm going for it. And I knelt down. I didn't have a ring because I told you that this is the time. So I had to find a place where
But
I can.
at that time, now Ukuma, I started about pam 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 one.
I'm blessed with confidence. Enti na makuma nyeme pam pam. You know,
But what I mean is that sometimes now Udo Akoshinim.
yeah, not oh, of course.
Okay,
Of
now
course.
now I started done.
Yeah, now I started done. And like I told you, I'd settled in my mind
Okay.
because, like I told you, I'd also gone out with 1 or 2 women, and there was one on the verge of even settling, planning to settle.
Okay.
And
So plus 233. No any power around.
yes, there were a few people around, but many people were in there because now you were rooftop, out terrace, you know,
Okay.
overlooking the road.
And I would kneel it down.
Yes.
Obu nkotoje
Yeah,
woni.
obu nkotoje.
And I will can't sing.
Let me say, oh, and I'm mean your man.
What be say mu ana? What be say mu ana? People are calling for it. Second proposal.
Table, no, I say. And then Coke, no, so I had to get off my seat. And I'm here. And I'm a kind. So,
Wow.
I've made up my mind. Do you want to be my wife
Okay.
and the mother of our children?
Sure.
That's what I said.
Wow.
And you see, thank God, I think that she also had that mindset because
Leonie, let me mami do so nankasa. Leonie,
Yes, ma.
were you expecting something like that? Now we shall find some baby bisa.
Because
Now
for no.
I check a cran.
I
For
check
how long na move years I don't.
A year.
Okay, I
Exactly
fear
a
trim.
year. And Anna, the way I sensed something, but I wasn't expecting it said that day, you know.
Okay.
I wasn't expecting it
Now we
that
saw
day.
who said brother and any agent.
Me patron.
It's that day. Now we expect this.
Patron baby.
It's what reacting.
I was happy, and yeah, it was my say a kodwen kakra. But me we are doing so that. You see, I remember saying say, oh, I think when he asked whether I will marry him, I would want to marry him. I said, oh yes, I would want to.
Okay.
And see,
Okay, yes, no,
yes,
because they were no book to do.
I
Let's say we are here.
but
Yes,
I remember saying it.
In 2 person I bounce so I have book to do. Because kotoje pa be mudia e be ye dey say obeka say onipa no kutuwa wo say da bi say enye fine ti na wa na je say woman na answer
But
ti wan ka say wo kobo ho pa ya
oh, na empower banana abodada.
na bodada eno anu no sister I see wo bobo say ma o o kan assembly say na woni emaiwa be mienu bi epie kakra hwe omo den ti na wan ware sa emaiwa
my worry more because one person told me in the face said because na BBC and she was angry ni bufu ye opa chenyi na onte and she told me there are 2 things she told me and I backed out. Said no, this is not the right person.
okay
I said ono ni bufu a sa so say 3 months and ni bufu no esa o jano na ni bufu ono nkasa and say no, I can't live with this woman. And then the second one was about saving and investment. Okay. She told me in the face that, as for saving, it's not needed. Her colleagues in the office before the end of the month, and she said, "Must spend it without, having that mindset of saving, and investment, and yet problem." And so I thought that no, it's a wrong thing.
onye madwuma
Anka makuma anka ma no me ho papa.
okay
Yeah.
nti wo hu Leonie de na wo say ono difference wo
Pachuan.
Leonie.
Yes, ma'am.
What accept proposal? Dear Nana will share coin say our real Ubeko Akuhu, expectations. What were your expectations?
My expectations were, say, one, I have seen marriages, like I had Uncrofano winning class and me and I, they were, for some strange reason, no more payments and no more now. They had good marriages. And see, my expectation was, say, I would have a friend in my husband,
okay,
and then again a happy home,
okay.
And as part of your counseling, one of the things that Nani can't change, say divorce was not an option. And see, our expectation was that no matter what happens, we are sticking together. When an issue comes, so we would solve as and when it comes, and we will not sleep over some of these things. You see, those were some of the expectations I took into the marriage.
Say, what expectations you have been one? Now, you also had some.
Yes, I had expectations, but with what I am meeting or radio, and I used to listen to counseling sessions, home affairs, on Joy a lot. And going to marriage, I didn't want to have many expectations, because when you have many expectations and get in, you may be disappointed. And one thing I've also learned that marriage is work, and especially for the man, whatever you water, and no benya. So I went with a level of open-mindedness. So imagine me be expecting anything, but expecting the good at the end of the day. So I didn't have many, expectations.
Okay.
Yes.
Share any baby
No.
Now, what were you disappointed?
No.
Hey, you're calling Kratwaba. You're about so you're back, say. You need no expectations, pa. Need you know one list, my you. You're better, say. Expectations, you're be more man, now you sound so up, she say. You be busa. Ora Godwin say. Or why we 18? We shall so header. Or baby, I saw not header. You're quab.
Hallelujah.
Your number one television marketing program hits your screens again. Telemarket gives you the opportunity to market your product and services. Producers, sellers, and service providers who want their products or services exhibited on this program should contact the marketing department on 050-685-2339 or 0266-607077.
Yama wakwaba biom na nyame hira opaase watena se a uhwe mawariye ende se ne medi kankan ne wo PIWC odoko aha na awarefo bi a asori na yi na ma yen se ye hwehwe example wa aware mu a yemfa omu ensi ho na ye hwehwe mu aware mu na eniema ewo mu a ehye Kristo di enuonyam no yeso yesua bi na ye de aboye bra owura ni owura yire Adzima ena yeni omu edi nkomo yi omu worry for 5 years. In fact, so far so good. Na yebusa say Leonie u be kwa ware mu na wo expectations baby o pese ukunu no ye wadamfo o pese o ye obi a who be there for you uhia no a owo ho expectations be 5 o say dey na always thing ni na abe mama.
To a large extent, I can say, Abim.
Okay. So number one, how has he become your friend?
Okay.
Adamfo na na opese oye ma wo no nye kunu keke na mo kunu adamfo. Nti sese no kwan ben na wafa so ayesa adamfo ndi ama.
Mikno madamfo. or you'll be a between the neck can't be say be a say I don't for there say BB air coach ma to make correct him home one neck say BB say between from no
Okay.
and it me by in very simple things or you'll be a or very principled and or you'll be so or say or the other to her he would want it to be there. But interesting enough, I happen to be the opposite. Say be a example of or you see washroom, toilet bowl, or can't so say. Maybe you see me sorry I never die.
Oh, baby.
And initially, no, it was a challenge because he expects you to cover the bowl when you're done, and I seem to forget about it. But the friend in him, no, was making him always prompt me.
Okay.
So what do we do? At a point in time, me and who's ma uhusadi enkoyi mirefi. It's in your status or no kataso.
Okay.
And yamen o kataso, me say 3-4 times. Na me am kataso. Na onya madam for akadebia and American say yes, and I want yes, and I say bisa. You see, our friendship, the way we communicate with each other, or our communication, yes.
Okay.
And also say bia when he is wrong.
So in a day, how often am I come?
So in Juma in a day, there are times that we talk about twice. It usually doesn't exceed twice. There are times once. It's usually that is go beyond 2. It hardly goes beyond 2. And just to check on you, how are you? Have you had lunch? And I'll call how's the day been? To me, and boy,
and only enough amount.
Yes, it shouldn't be too much.
Okay.
It's but enough.
Okay. Nti we are there or correct
me are there.
Nature say nkomo de na obefi so e.
Obefi one thing is say obefi no abress and there. Wow, who say wa abrea and there me ha no kran no because odufie na so odidi ya odi so fan or hot snacks ya na ebia na yeko.
Oko wada. Okay.
Especially when wa bre.
Okay.
No that. But there is on wa ba o shedan ombre ye dia. Or better say bon komoaza me abeka so adia sayon konda
no ye enough ma woni problem wo no
I would say me can na as whether my expectation initially when we married no and now we had
more
now we had so much time but say no because upon ejuma or lectures obedi fie na enkola nso abem so you are also taking care of the kids and also so ne the whole restrictions and I said challenges we can come but for now and I believe say we program now would have more time for each other
as wow adjust
bashine
okay
bashine
now what sounds to say obi obewo ho amount
anymore the oyade
okay how
say outside a practical example who say bibi a me was say menye no na bia if me refimpo say was say menye ade no he would prompt me there are times in bia investment I may was say me fiscal he's the one who makes the deposit for me and the time na as a month na so na me man is kind of for the investments that he tell you what's happening it's time to make the investments and I won't find standing by and then he would the moment I gave it to him he would make the deposit for me so there's somebody who he thinks about me and would want the best for me, yes.
And you may be wo call our in mo na wo hwe kwan ana wo nim say our say netie say na me pese me de eye ba ne sa ma and you may be wo eye wo nwanwa e shock wo share ase fufura wo di honeymoon de de ni wi ekire
okay I would say the first shock was the fact that me can say sometimes usage of washroom. I'm like, exactly, this is not supposed to be so. I mean, it's not supposed to be an indication. This not be an issue. You understand? Make a chance away the any issue, yeah. But I realized at a point in time, realizes it was an issue for him. Emma, make a chance, massa. Sometimes that's how we talk. Like massa, that way, aha.
Can your man who here will be
what you say?
and can your man who here will be asking? Now, Sana, where you so then from the pay. Bibi almost shock you. Who here say, why just okay.
But now,
okay. Ora Godwin. 5 years. O baby aso ahweda. We hia nso hweda.
Pachoani.
Okay. All right. Enso hwe no, enso hwe ben. Oba ben ye.
Okay.
Ena wo ye den na utimi edi sa nso hwe no so. In fact, first question, utimi di so. Second, wo ye den na utimi di so.
Okay. Medase. First of all, and I think last week, the Kawo office, just to digress a bit, that will link to the question. Me catch madam for my colleague's office where it was a break time and I hear bon come on, and I said that I wish I'd married earlier, but I'd married to the same woman I'm married to now.
Okay.
That's what I told them. And my other colleague was like, yes, Charlie, that's true. He also shares in my opinion. The reason I'm saying,
I didn't know cancer.
yeah, because in my mind and with what's happening now by God's grace, I believe this is the right woman for me.
Okay.
And I told you about the qualities I'm in. And so occasionally it prompts me because as a man, send and social to me about the kind of work I do, I interface with all manner of people, women, because I interface with companies and secretaries, PAs, and all that. But some of them, social, you will see that coming. But with that mindset said, you don't want to cheat, and that's also a resolution I've made in my heart, that I do not want to cheat on my wife.
Okay.
That's one thing. Because occasionally it comes into my mind, say, what will happen if my wife cheats on me? At times those feelings come and those thoughts come. And so I resolved in my heart that I will not to do that. But one of the key things that happened, and I can remember the exact place as we speak, I called. It was in front of traffic light now before we do fiesta. One of my ex called me. I wouldn't miss my wife. And we were back from honeymoon and Chebia. And I've not even told my wife because I don't want her to be thinking things. Some things you need to manage them.
So she didn't know?
No, as we speak.
Sister, be watching.
So she called me and was making advances about us meeting and so on. I said, do you know that I'm married? And she went on and on and on. And I ended the call. I cut the call. I said, I'm in traffic. The car is more, ended the call. And occasionally those things come up. I try to shun it. So that's what and one thing I also do is to pray about it. Is to pray, and it has helped. Because I always pray to God that I want my marriage to be an example, even before I'm married. And I also pray to God to give me the strength. Because even when discussing about cheating, we always discuss that, and we discuss those things. To also, yes.
You talk about cheating.
Talk about that. Because we've come
What do you say?
Oh, one thing that we've both known is that it's very easy to cheat.
Okay.
Very easy to cheat. But you need to have that level of self-control, pray. And I believe that if my wife was not given that level of attention, that level of respect, I could have easily fallen.
I see.
And there was also a good advice from a CEO of my client who mentioned to me, he's into real estate. He told me that he had cheated on a wife before, but he sees that as a waste of time and waste of money and telling lies. He doesn't see the reason why he has to be begging this supposed girlfriend, and still go back home and be begging the wife. He will still have to sit with the wife until he stopped cheating, and the fact that it was a waste of money. So those thoughts and those learnings, those discussions has helped a lot by God's grace.
You asked a certain question, you said, what will happen if my wife cheats on me? Then may why be sound? Say we yere efa we chia. Then you basi. Answer the question.
You see, when I ask those questions, maybe that's our questions now. I don't give myself an answer.
We want to hear it today.
Because you want to be met with a real situation. Because situations will help you, will make you behave in a certain way. But what that helps me to do is to be faithful to her.
Okay, so I'm going to ask you. Miami baby says, so we are ever with you away.
I can't imagine another man making love to my wife. I mean, I don't know what I would do until I'm faced with that situation.
I think so you have to make a decision.
No, you see, it's a tough one. Are you to forgive her? Will you still love her to that level where you know that and trust her? Because I trust my wife. That one, no doubt. Because, and since I have my friends and colleagues, siblings in the church, I've known that I wasn't a virgin when I married my wife. And I'm not happy to say that. I've met the royals in this church before and I've told them that I regret what happened that night. But thank God my wife was a virgin. And I tell a few young men in the church and younger female friends that it's good. I mean, it doesn't mean that when you marry a wife who is virgin, but I think that it brings a level of trust because when a woman opens so easily when you are even dating, not even courting to get married, that level of trust is not there. It means that and flaunts money or anything that is your weak point, you can easily fall. And I mean, having her as a virgin also has contributed to a level of trust. And like I said to that question, I can't think of what to do. Whether
you don't want to think about
I don't want to think about what I will do, but it helps me and directs me to also live right, not to be unfaithful. Because I don't know what she will also do when she missed that.
Leonie, what would you do if your husband cheats on you? Ukunu fawechia wo so ubeyeden. Yepe also answer.
What will I do?
I think I would be
In fact, menye ho kada.
Only in wonder. Okay, see, busa obeyeden.
It's a tough one.
A
tough one, but there's always a way out.
Okay.
What I'll say is my way will be to, and I'm not saying it for the sake of it, but it would be to first want to find out why, what caused it. I don't think I would immediately say I was a cause of it, but should I find out, maybe I contributed to that now, then it means I would have to work on myself and then work on our marriage more. But
in other words, who the best channel?
Yes, I would want to. No.
Who the best channel?
Yes.
Mr. Did
Adzima.
you hear?
I heard it.
Okay, so who person revise once and another?
No, for me, like I said, I can't imagine
Hey.
another man or my wife. And so I can't say here that I'm in the best channel.
Sir.
When I'm met with a situation, I'm sure that, you see, when we get to the bridge, we always cross it. And I can't say there, I'm the best channel.
Say one cross the bridge and what was doing more. Who do what? Who cross?
Because
I saw me cross. I wouldn't say, wopɛ sɛ woyɛ example of Christ.
Yeah.
Wopɛ sɛ woyɛ example of Christ. Na Christ ne yere otimi edi nsɛmhu no asan kɔfa na ade.
You see, it's,
Nyankopɔn ne yere Israel for ɔmo fa ne kya na ɔmo amfa ne kya.
but
Ɛdeɛ na nyame yɛ.
well, to say
Nyankopɔn prophet bi na ɔwɔ Bible mu. Hosea. Ne yere di goma. Ɔde ne yɛ mfa to ho man sɛ ne yere no ɔno deɛ ɔnyɛ wan bi po. Ɔkwa na ɔba. Akɔrabɔ ni bia ne ne sɛ. Enso nyame di yɛ mfa to ho kyerɛ sɛ ɔkɔ na ɔba na ɔka kyerɛ prophet ne sɛ masa ɔfa wa de fast. And ɛno ne example a yɛdi ama yɛn. Sese so yɛsua sɛ yɛbɛyɛ example. Tu bɛyɛ ho den.
well, for me to be very real, and that's what I'm say. Until I'm faced with a situation, I can determine what to do. You can easily sit here and say, "Oh, me the better." But you see, when push comes to shove, when you are faced with the reality, and like I said, I can't imagine another man on my wife. So you can tell from what could happen. I could go through counseling, and me the better channel. But the pain, because I'm human, I'm flesh and blood in the first place, and see, that kind of anger will be there, and you may be thinking of divorce. Though we've also said that divorce is not an option. It's something that will cross your mind because your wife has cheated. Yes, and see, that's my point. To be very realistic and very open, I can't easily say that I will forgive her. The circumstances will determine.
Okay. You be jano. Na ya kwaji kratu aba. Na ye ba be hwe enkofu bi awarefo bi especially young ones ya sha say ye wali. Use pornography. Ehwe se ebeboa omo mpam nkomodie. Ye be hwe se omo kasa nkofo no ho ana. Na ya hwese papa yi oye romantic ana. Na ya busa no so ye chop money ana. Na ya busa din se mebire. Ye kwa ba sia ko bebre.
Hallelujah.
Your number one television marketing program hits your screens again. Telemarket gives you the opportunity to market your products and services. Producers, sellers, and service providers who want their products or services exhibited on this program should contact the marketing department on 050-685-2339 or 0266-607077.
Yesama wa kwaba bi nyame nhira wo papa se wo te ho ehwe ye wo odoko PIWC the Church of Pentecost ugusu ehwe penti bi na ne no yaba odoko PIWC owura ni owura yere Adzima edi o mawari edi 5 years hye nyame din anuonyam na nsemu ewo mu no ehwam ye di bebre etu ye hofo na ye busa asem bi ehun ya ye mpa se imrante di maba wa ye ware no ehun se ade bia omo ahyase ye ne se omo yusu pornography ehwe enkofo empem nkomodie na omo ahwe soso de oyo omo de kyese omo hwese eno no ebeboa omo no omo so omo asua ayembia musumu yusu bisa
Pasha Debbie.
sa
Pasha.
identity
Me wo viewpoint ne say pornography enya de pa. And my reasons ne say Bible ne say fornication sin bone. Now fornication bone no. Players no more pornographic material no more. They are obviously not married couples. They are people who are fornicating. So I would have difficulty wanting to watch Obi or fornicating. Na me sue Philippa no. Aha, nti pornography nye bibia ye encourage.
Na ukunu kofa ba se ono de ope. Nti ma yenhwe na yemfe nsua. Na mepe. Nti yenhwe na se ne omo ye omo ne ma no yeso yentimi ye nsa na mepe no. Ubeye den.
Onfamba. No the background
on the ba ubeye den.
Onim se me entertain. Onfamba.
On the ba ubeye den.
Yenhwe.
Monhwe David. Ube ka kire nse monhwe.
Onim yenhwe. Okay. Oh, it's yenhwe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Adzima. Na nkofo hwehwe ne ma di a check your how far unhwe bi.
Pornography. So me tell me say me share that, ma share that. But that was in 99, 2000. But it wasn't like I went to watch a full thing. You know, internet. So there was a time that I was browsing. And those earlier times, internet, you know, pop-ups of those things come up.
Yeah.
And as a young man, I clicked. And I was curious to look at it for I think 5 minutes. It's not a good thing. But in our marriage, just to say that in our marriage,
It is our 5 minutes and then a man will cast it. Stop.
it sent a lot of signals to you as a young man. And that may even lead you to fornicate. Okay. And so I thought that is not good. But to the question you've asked in our marriage, it will not happen. Because I believe that every woman is different, every man is different. When you might need to explore your wife. Your wife's body is your body. You need to explore it. Your husband's body is your body. You need to explore it. And I will be very open because I have younger siblings and other. One day, in the heat of lovemaking, my wife did something and I was surprised. Because it was, in a way, I know that she's not watched anything, but when they're exploring and, you know, doing those kind of things, then you get to know your husband or your wife better.
Okay.
So it's better to explore your wife or to explore your husband other than looking at a pornographic. Yes, that's the thing.
Okay. We did this obupa.
Yes.
How does she show respect to you?
Okay. She apologizes when she wrongs me, vice versa. And she said, "Oh, you mean for so be or apologize and not patch up." One. The word "please" and "thank you" is one of her watchwords. The way she treats me, even amongst people, because that's very critical. And she said, "Oko nipim sena one me kasa sena o treating me," tells me that she respects me.
Okay.
And gives me her due.
Okay.
Yes.
Leonie, Papa, are you romantic there? Are you romantic? Sir, Shire, you know.
Romantic goddess.
Hey, we now for 4 floor.
Romantic goddess.
Romantic goddess. Okay. Yeah, they are so naughty. Now, who they will experience it. Into quite ben of us who romantic towards you.
Holding view, holding view, and say, romance is not so like it's not secluded to just a bedroom romance.
That's right.
And there are times when we would want to go out just to listen to music, like he rightly said earlier example. So there are days I mean, in bits and pieces, like he said earlier on, even if it's over a bottle of Coke Crana, he would want us to share together. Not saying we are unknown to be to another bottle for himself, but even when it's one bottle Crana, he would want to share. And say we are on chair, and say we are birthday before he would want to get you something. okay, Juma no who be nice, so see was they brought this to the office, brooch yet the bar office, and I made you when I miss a maid to it's not just for the bedroom, when a bedroom is near me.
Okay, Yamiado. Masha, Mawan see. Oh, okay.
Bedroom so near me. Any day whom bro. Oh, yeah.
Oh, dear, what can't or skills and to say you who said, oh, so yard bar. Nah, oh, you chop money.
Oh, Patron,
oh, ye,
Patron.
That's how you do, ma.
Patron.
I'm so sad you chop money.
Patron. Met you be Mukaka.
Say, Mukaka.
Near Oyana say, he told me, and it's something we do. Say, as a man of the house, this, like, or Unim say, he's supposed to provide food, he's supposed to provide shelter, clothing, until he does well in those
or share
exactly the patron. Oh yeah, oh yes, sir.
No, and then can wagon.
Oh, we channel it to other investments.
So bois
the patron, the patron.
No, no, kwa
Debbie, no, Debbie. Bibian na ono kwa na so. Because Bibian na so a any years aha nti oye I'll tell you the majority no oye but me mane nye bibia no entisa but majority dey oye
Owura Godwin who can asem bi assign abe fama dwene mu sese a who can say when who says say oye wa ma attention na wa ma nani anko ho a nka obeye boni.
It's possible.
Possible.
Yeah, possible.
Attention, and just say I didn't know you. Should I say we really more attention. Now a man in young call a bit me am away. Say attention now open. Today, Leonie.
Yes, ma'am.
What's here? Or say one man attention, obey me. And so he bit me a fan. Inti say attention. Attention, no church. As attention, man. Now, person. You knew who now. Sorry, Uncle Paul.
Is it then? Oh, what?
The woman say, most women think that, and I'm going to say, men do not want to be loved.
Okay.
But you see, men also want to be loved.
Okay.
Like the way women expect men to love them. Okay. And if our on door and now all my attention and I'll be before abonting all my attention and love no there's a like we say over drifted to that person the one year the unexpected will happen and for my wife giving me that it means that why should I even go out again and be looking for that kind of attention and I'll say or don't know because it's there at home. At times when me free Jumaba, now because of the kids, we lock the main door. Me be now on dire. Me go inside her. She hugs me. That kind of thing. It sends a lot of signals.
Okay.
Because now my brain and I've gone under so much pressure at office. And or whenever now I hug him and now I'm say, oh, sweetie, how was your day? And I so fine. So those kind of little things helps. It means I'll be fear. If you're junior, say I'll be. Even when I'm late, at times, and I've tested the pause a number of times, my friend will say, "May late," just to check, and by God's grace, she's being on point. Because even when I'm late and I'm not called, she will still. Yeah, you still.
Friend, can say be late.
May late.
Yes. That's okay. You know him so yes, I will shut down. Yes, I will. Hey. Okay.
Enti, ebano sana. Then later, no, be so. And I'm a friend. And the following day in the morning, say, oh, like you're born, come on, normal. So, I thought, say, over friend me.
But who say, I said, now can I say, a choir say, we really are more attention. That's a walk. ufa nechi a na che say we justified
But sure David.
Said the wo ka no na say ya ye bibisa
David.
Sa na opese o kire
But sure David. It's because why if we talk a lot into Yakasa, if I'm not doing the right thing, she tells me that I think that you need to improve on these areas. If she's not, make a channel. So it's all to test your love and the consistency of what we've been talking about. So and then it happened. So for me, I don't think in social media person may found two na kwim and it's a wanya na makwebu for and yes it's just to test the love because it's important you test the love every time and be sure that you're on the right track. Obi nye the papa na wait me at no say I think say who loses our vibe no that kind of thing. So no. Okay. I say stock taking. We don't do stock taking and our marriage. Occasionally, let's move on. Come and look at where there are loopholes. Okay.
Inti mo tena ho no mo ebusa mo ho say den na enko ye mutimi tena ho was anko mo no o mo amawari no na mo hu dia inti se mo obi bufu ne nyonko na mo kun na ntokwa ba na obi bufu mo ye den
me share BB and especially during our counseling, and it's something I have held on to. Say me bufu BB mo pa dia bonu ma yedi
no yedi bufu a we yedi
okay the reason being, and as the reason why I may say out of anger, one she and and it's not only to my husband, but to people I relate with. When I'm Bibina mentioned me need Jehua, me about it. First, after me kakana now my structure, whatever the issues are, try and analyze it. Later, me I be what like me okay, I be before not to chat. Then I'll confront the issue. I'll confront whoever else. So ye bibi sana me ni Jeho sana. Also my idea, he will not say anything. But just when like I'm okay now, I would go to him and I'm like, idea we in fact, one year it should have been this way. And I say it should have been that way. And mainly that's how we resolve our issues. No. There are times that he would maybe there's something bothering him and he'll be angry about whatever the issues are. But I remember telling him, say, you can correct, but when you're correcting, you correct with love. And see, that's how we resolve the conflicts that come up.
Now, additional person may find can't but for me, me need to be one. A whole no more make a show.
Okay. Oh, no, you did.
Me mean you did.
A whole
there.
Okay.
Because I want you to make me feel how it is. But one good thing is that we've always been guided by this principle: don't let the sun go down on your anger. It is a yebufu kra in the morning. Before we come back home, we have discussed on phone and it's sorted. And by God's grace, that has helped us. But for me, bufu amekawo. But when I see that she's not happy or she's angry about something, and the overtrain, when she comes down, okay. But one good thing that I don't raise my hand
to hate her.
To hate her. I mean, that's out.
And the way you fire back. Okay. Shellunion. Na channel raps, mama.
Okay.
Because me say we are romantic pa. Do you only me adu? And then man mo sia de.
Leonie. There's an opportunity to let you know how much I love you. If I have another opportunity to marry, you'll be the same person. And if I could turn back the hands of time, you'll still be the one. I love you very much. God bless you.
Now, as I respond, Who responded? Another one. Sir. Oh, what's also in the Yamiasipa. Either Ora, years was send Neno. Oh, my train or Domu levels. 5 years. Omun komuni bebre de na so Kristo de hene e wo aware nu mu pa ye gidi se wosua ne ma bebre aye Pent TV ye ba odo call PIWC ye the Church of Pentecost na ye be hwehwe aware mu kakra wa ha na ye ba ye ne hu se ekoyie pa ala me boa ekoyie pa eti nyame nhira odo call PIWC osofo kwafo ni mpanyimfo Yami Ishra Omunina. Meeting Ede Gina.
Send me now to send it to Yankaya. Menya we minyai mumuta. Nenita serious yeah. Is the love so strong to send me niwudoi Adobaku Hakumam yenu We are singing now Redeem a dancing Na nenya mi Akabomu enede